Hola, ¿qué tal, gente? Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a las pantallas de espectador.cl. Mi nombre es Sandy Bori y hoy día vamos a conversar con MILO Silvestro, el nuevo vocalista de la banda Fear Factory, la banda de metal de los 90s, que se viene un tremendo concierto en nuestro país el próximo 10 de junio en el Teatro Teletón. ¿Estás ahí, Milo?
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you for having me.
You speak some Spanish or?
Unfortunately, not. I mean, I would like to say yes, but it just understand few words. But when someone speaks fluently and maybe in their own dialect, because in South America, of course, there's a lot of dialects, and I just get messed up. But few words. Since I'm Italian,
Yeah,
I can get
yeah, I
something.
know.
But if you speak slowly, maybe I can get something. But
To begin this interview in this Fear Factory new era with you, what is more important for you in the band? Like, it's making new music or touring around the world, playing gigs in different cities or countries.
I mean, it's both of the aspects are important. I think it's just that the priority right now is touring, of course, but and it has been touring since the beginning of the year. We wanted to tour first to prove ourselves basically and say, hey, Fear Factory's back,
Yeah.
got a new lineup, blah blah. This is what you're gonna get, and fortunately, people liked it. And so in July we will start recording new album. So we don't have a release date, of course, because it's all work in progress right now. But all we can say right now is that in July, after the tour is over, I'll be back in Rome for a while, my city, and then be back in LA, and we start working on new music.
I saw some videos of you in Fear Factory, and it's very impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Are you a fan of Fear Factory before to join the band?
Absolutely, man. Like a hardcore fan. I
Oh my
one
god.
of those fans that knows everything about the band. Every like what kind of shampoo does a bird use.
Oh god.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
yeah. I am one of those fans when it comes to music. So when I love a band, I am a freak about everything. Like I Google everything. Like
Yeah.
I like to know every uh, story about the band. How the story about the story behind that album, of that lyrics, or that watching all interviews and live shows on YouTube. All of them. So that's how a freak of music I am, and Fear Factory is no exception. So and I think as a vocalist, I was so inspired and fanatic about Bert Sibel that I this huge passion for it, its vocal sound and style inspired me so
Yeah.
much that
His
probably
performance.
that yeah, that, and I think that's what gave me the possibility to have a shot, to run for vocalist Fear Factory. I think that's what caught Dino's attention, probably because of course there are a lot of singers in the world, even
Yeah.
better singers than me, like
I don't
especially
know.
nowadays, a lot of fucking huge technical musicians and singers are popping up. If you scroll reels on Instagram, you see a lot of perfect vocalists. Like perfect screaming technique, perfect clean melodic technique. And I've never considered myself like a super technical singer, but uh, I always thought that my technique had to be that small needed amount to back up
Yeah.
what I wanted to do artistically.
Mhm.
And I never wanted to do a technical singer or a technical musician in general. When I play drums, I always wanted to be like an artist and do something, of course, in the right way. So of course you wanna have a decent technique, sing in tune, blah blah. But sing in a healthy way. But at the same time, I never wanted to be a super perfect and technical singer. I always wanted to have a personality, and I think my vocal personality was affected and influenced by singers like Bert Sibel, and when he came to do Fear Factory vocal covers, which was something really random. It happened really random way.
Oh my God.
At that time, yeah, at that time we didn't even know about audition. We nobody knew about auditions or things like that. So I was just having fun and posting some covers on YouTube. But when I when he came to sing Fear Factory, of course, you could everybody could tell the influence that Bert had on me. So I guess that's what caught Dino's attention. You could tell the sound was there. The style, because Bird was not a technical singer, but he had a lot of personality. He had a sound.
The Fear Factory music takes me a lot to science fiction and machines and this stuff. So, what do you think about the IA in the music? It's a contribution? It's a tool? Or what do you think about it?
Well, I think that like pretty much every aspect of technology, you can have like good sides and bad sides, but after all, that's part of the risk of technology itself. Like Dino just released a plugin with JTS, which is it's a cool software house, which is called the Disruptor, and it's an amp simulation plugin. It is developed with AI, so they use AI to recreate Dino's classic guitar tone
Wow.
in a yeah. And if you don't know it by now, go check it out. It's amazing, and they just released it like a few weeks ago, I think, and it sounds amazing. And that's a pure example of how you can implement AI with music, and so they use AI to it was like how do you say I can't
What?
find the right word right now. An algorithm. It was an algorithm.
Algorithm, yeah.
Uh, yeah, that they used as AI algorithm to recreate that typical Fear Factory guitar tone. So yeah, it's there's a lot of way to use AI and technology in general to improve things. Uh, so I'm totally positive. How do you say? Uh,
Uh,
I am
th-
for it. You
okay.
know.
Speaking about the show in Chile, is it's your first time in Chile?
Yes, it's gonna be my first time. I'm so excited because
In
I
Chile or
love Chile.
South America in general?
Not South America, because the first time was the first show of the tour in Costa Rica.
In
That
Costa
was my
Rica.
first time in South America. Yeah,
Okay, but
and
Argentina, Brazil, Chile, first time.
all first times, but Brazil. Brazil, I've been there 10 years ago. Actually, it
Yeah.
was 2013. Yeah, because I had a girlfriend back then who lived in
Oh,
Belo Horizonte. So yeah, I've been there 10 years ago, and I've been in São Paulo actually, but just layover.
okay. And what do you expect about those shows?
Uh, I expect a lot of crazy energy because I knew it, but this for a free show I could experience it myself on my own skin. But I knew it from what I saw in the YouTube videos and what I've been told by Dino, everyone that toured in South America, that people are crazy there, in a good way.
Yeah.
It's just fucking on fire, the best crowd in the world, and I could experience it, and it's amazing because I think uh, it resonates with me because I think being an Italian, we are Latinos as well, so we share with you guys that fire, that passion, and I love it because I think it shows how dedicated fans are, about music, and so I expect that fire, Latin fire, that fuego Latino,
Yeah, El Fuego
and I
Latino.
can't wait.
The-
Yep.
Good. So, what can we expect from the show?
Uh, well, just a renewed Fear Factory. Of course, the band's got new guys, me and Pete, respectively vocals and
Hmm.
drums, and we are so happy to play in the band and try our best to improve the band and to make it even tighter live. So I expect like a possibly like the one of the tightest ever version of Fear Factory on live, uh, and really energetic because both me and Pete are really, of course, Dino and Tony are, they are the veteranos, so
Yeah.
they're gonna be even in their 50s, they're incredibly energetic, for being that that age, it's just fucking amazing. But me and Pete are definitely gonna bring some renewed energy on stage. Some Pete's a heavy hitter. It hits hard. It's not just perfect and tight as a drummer. Fast and precise. He also hits hard.
Yeah.
And he delivers an amazing performance. I personally love him as a drummer. It's a really, it brings energy on stage. Which I think that's what was missing lately in Fear Factory as far as drumming goes. So I think he's a really good, energetic performer, and I try to do the same because when I sing on stage, is not just about music and doing things right, and singing right, but it's also about emotions.
Hmm.
So I think that's my whole point of singing. Singing metal, especially singing metal, is like delivering emotions, and letting emotions out of your system. So we try to uh, unleash our demons, basically. So I think that's what you're gonna get and what you can expect from us.
Would you recommend us some metal Italian bands for us?
Uh, I may be biased, but I have, I mean, not because I'm biased, but I'm really proud of my two bands that I have in Italy, which are respectively Dead Channel and Skill Gear. So Dead Channel is more like uh, new industrial kind of metal with
I love it.
yeah, a lot of there's a lot of Fear Factory influence on that. Not as technical, not as fast and technical. It's got a lot of groove too. There's a lot of Static X, Cold Chamber, Corn kind of vibe. A lot of electronics, a lot of groove, a lot of rhythmic vocals, like rhythmic screaming vocals. And Skill Gear is an Italian project. The main vocalist is an Italian rapper, and is really, really an amazing rapper. I would say like an Italian Tech Nine almost. So very technical, very groovy and syncopated and fast and amazing. But he's also a hardcore singer, so he goes heavy
Nice.
and I do backup screaming vocals and melodic vocals. It's an Italian band, but and I'm the guitar player in that band. So it's seven-string guitar tuned to F sharp, and it's really heavy. Sometimes it almost sounds like Meshuggah slash Fear Factory with
Yeah.
technical rapper on top of that.
Yeah,
And
actually, yes. Maybe see, yeah.
yeah, and I'm really proud of both bands. I write music in both bands, and really proud of both. And I think they show my main influences and my soul music wise. But rather than that, I don't want to brag about my bands. Just so proud about them. But there are a lot of amazing bands. Even known bands. Of course, bands like Lacuna Coil, uh, or Flash God Apocalypse. A lot of already famous and great bands from Italy. Uh, so yeah, I mean, there are really a lot. Extrema, I mean, you name it.
Extrema.
Uh, yeah, and even a lot of underground bands that you know we really have a lot. It's just that in Italy, the business for market for metal is not as huge as the rest of Europe or the U.S., but hopefully it's gonna grow up. You know, there are a lot of amazing bands over there. So
Well, that's good. That's really good for me, actually. Well, that's all. Thanks for the interview, for your time. We
thank you,
really
man.
appreciate this. Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
and
Thank
see you in the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. And you know, see you at Teatro Teletón, right?
Teatro Teletón, yes. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
See you soon.
Can't wait to be there.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
see you
you.
there, man.
Esa fue la entrevista, mis queridas y mis queridos espectadores. Estaba un poquito nervioso, soy un poco fan de la banda, pero espero les haya gustado esta conversación. Recuerden que la cita es el próximo sábado 10 de junio en el Teatro Teletón, de la mano de la productora BTS. Muchas gracias por concedernos esta entrevista y nos vemos el 10 de junio con Fear Factory en Chile.